In today's world, with so many generations in the workplace at one time, you can run into so many generational differences and myths. Now, today's offices potentially have up to 5 generations in the office and workplace at any moment. Everywhere from Gen Z, the youngest, all the way up to the silent generation who may still have a few people in there running their business that they own, or they just don't want to stop working because it gives them something to do every day. Now, with so many differences in generations and age differences, with their experiences, everything from starting work with the typewriter being a new thing all the way to now you got the smartphone and AI writing stuff for you. With all of that in there, there's definitely going to be some generational conflict. A common one is, kids these days, but it doesn't have to be that way. There are many generational myths and stereotypes, and some of them are true and a lot of them aren't. Here's 3 myths about Gen X. Let's start with number 1, that they are risk takers. Some people believe that us as a group, as a whole, we're characterized as being reactionary and rebellious, when in fact, we prefer to keep a much lower profile at work. Our group is not called the forgotten generation without reason. We're just kind of always overlooked, and we're most likely happy to just sit back and let you do your thing and leave us alone in the background. And why is that? Because we are the smaller generation sandwiched between them 2 behemoth generations, the boomers and the millennials. And additionally, on top of that, we are the generation that is least likely to be promoted at work. A 2018 Harvard Business Review study concluded that millennials and baby boomers had received 2 or more promotions in the same period, that 66% of Gen X only received 1 or less. And we were raised hearing our parents complain about work and life. So the truth is, we're the group that's most likely to be helping our children and our parents in addition to work. We are the group that is reliable, and we value loyalty above all else. Myth number 2, the Gen X has a hard time relating to other generations in the workplace. While some say that us Xers, we alienate other generations, in actuality, this could not be further from the truth. Nielsen Research has called Gen X the most connected generation. Technology adoption played a huge role in our ability to bridge the generations both above and below us. And most were not introduced into technology until adulthood. So the lack of the computer access in our youth helps us to relate to the boomers in the office place. At the same time, we share excitement for technology with the millennials, and we lined up with them alongside to get the first iPhones. Generation X, we are natural collaborators and often play the role of connector in the office. Number 3, our pessimism hurts us in the workplace. Gen X, we've worked through several hefty recessions, and we watched our retirement counts take devastating hits. Experian reports that, Gen X carries more debt than any other group. And data from the National Association of Realtors showed this generation is most likely to be declined for homeowner loans. So can you blame us for being cynical? However, a closer look uncovers a different story in the way this shows up at work. Gen X, we are savvy because of these hardships and surprisingly content. In fact, a Better Hire survey concluded that more than 50% of Gen X participants are happy at work. The ones more likely to show up with an entrepreneurial spirit as hired as an employee because we're owning our own destinies. So in short summary, us Xers, we value stability rather than risk in the workplace. We play an important connector role in the workplace with our colleagues and at home with our families. Us Xers, we've been there, we've done that. Bought the t-shirt, burned the t-shirt, you all know the cliches. And we use these lessons to make work enjoyable. We're an important piece to the generational puzzle. So you can't just leave us completely by the wayside, because like it or not, we're here, we're at the top now, boomers are sliding out, you gotta deal with us, it's time to face fact. Anyway, for now, this is Drac saying I'm out, peace, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye for now.